What is going on, everybody? I am the same shirt guy, and I'm here with some kind of sad news. I know it's not breaking news, but obviously a really tragic story that's kind of still unfolding, and we don't really have a lot of the details. But August 27th, 2025. Uh, really, just I mean, what can you call this other than a tragedy? Struck a morning mass. I think it was the first, from what I read, first mass of the school year at Annunciation Catholic School in Minneapolis. And I just wanted to bring you guys. There's a lot of this side is saying this side is saying this, and so I'm going to try and keep this as neutral as I can and keep my opinions out of it, and just kind of tell you what information we have so far. So the gunman is reported to be 23-year-old Robin Westman, and from what investigators have told news outlets is that he opened fire through a stained glass window using three legally purchased firearms: a rifle, likely a AR style rifle, a shotgun, tactical shotgun, and a pistol. So a typical three-gun lineup that someone might carry in a tactical situation. And then we also know that two children, unfortunately aged 8 and 10, were killed in the violence, and 17 others were wounded, including 14 students and 3 elderly parishioners who were likely there for prayer mass. I guess what we do know also is the fact that first responders got to the scene quickly. They acted very swiftly in this manner, but unfortunately, Robin Westman will not be able to answer for his crimes or give any type of statement on why he acted this way. He died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound at the scene, and authorities say that all the surviving victims are expected to recover, which is a positive twist to a very sad and tragic story. I'm not going to play any of the B-roll in the background like I normally would. You guys can kind of see the headlines and have it here. But the FBI has launched investigations into the incident as a possible hate crime and domestic terrorist act at the kind of behest of Kash Patel. And they're citing the shooter's online manifesto and disturbing content as kind of the motive here. They were able to watch some YouTube videos, and there's a lot of clips online before it was taken down, but you can go and do some research for yourself, and I would encourage you to do so before forming an opinion on just solely based on what you see in social media or the news. Please do your own research before you come to a conclusion on who the shooter was, what their motive was, why does this keep happening. Please do your own research. I think that's something that's sorely lacking in our country, is the ability to form opinions outside of influence from media, whether it's social media or traditional media. And I think people need to be able to dig in, do some research on their own, and form their own opinions. And we should respect opinions. We should get back to a place where we can respect having differences of opinion, whether you're religious or you're not religious. We should still agree that this is a tragedy, and I believe it is. And across Minneapolis, there's vigils and memorials that are being organized to honor the victims and offer support to the community. This is a community that's rocked by this event, so I don't think now is the time to kind of try and hold one political party accountable. I think we should try and lift up this community and offer support where we can. And what the other thing we know is that the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, and Governor Tim Walz are urging unity, which is great. It's a great thing to do in the face of tragedy, and they're warning against using this incident to push a rhetoric of hate and disloyalty and just things like that. So I think in this time of sorrow, it's great to call for renewed conversations on school safety, mental health support, and just unity in terms of how to protect kids. So you guys, I just wanted to bring you some key details there in terms of what happened, what we know. But I still encourage everyone, and if this is your first time watching my videos, I appreciate you checking it out. But I encourage everybody, if you're listening, if you have any interest in this story, please go and do some research on your own, and don't just believe the first thing you read on social media or even in traditional media. So I'll be back soon with another video, but I wanted to drop this one just because it's such an urgent story in our country. So thanks you guys for watching, and I'm sure I'll be back again soon. All right, thanks.